how do you think art affects culture?
Gets so powerful. It's the great bypass directly to the heart. When you can articulate creatively through an artwork, you're basically opening up something for the viewer, reflecting what the viewer sees back to them.
You have the two different businesses, two different locations.
I would consider it a container for what I'm trying to express in the world, mainly through paintings. Art classes, inviting other instructors in to provide different courses, dance, we got a Sunny Angels workshop, a polymer clay class, a live figure drawing course, in addition to my Asian art course.
You need to work out a deal with Andrew Wong that he sponsors you.
I just got to get my subscribers up to his level. You'll see me, and then we'll have a showdown for the real Andrew Huang.
Today in our studios, we have Andrew Blooms, who is an artist in Ponce City Market and Chinatown. Welcome to our show.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
And tell us a little bit about yourself. First time on the show, first time we're actually meeting. So tell us a bit about your background. How did you get here and things like that?
Well, sure. As you said, my name is Andrew Blooms. That is the artist name that I go by.
I was wondering that.
Yeah. It's not my real name. I had to change my real name because Andrew Huang is actually a really big YouTuber. So when I started doing art and music, I tried to go under my real name, and I couldn't even find my own videos.
Oh, wow.
So I decided to take a stage name, and Andrew Blooms was born in 2017. And I'm a visual artist. I'm also a community organizer, business owner here in Atlanta. And how did I get here? I think just exploring the power of the arts, in the sense of giving a voice to not only yourself but to others, and just have been kind of following that trail for some years now.
You need to work out a deal with Andrew Wong that he sponsors you.
Well, I was thought one day we'll meet. I just got to get my subscribers up to his level, and then he'll see me, and then we'll have a showdown.
There you go.
For the real Andrew Huang.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes.
We need to do that and get that.
Yes, I'm on my way, Andrew Huang, music.
So, how did you get interested in the arts? I mean, do you remember how far back that was when you were really interested in arts? And then how did you hone into which form of art you like?
So art has actually been a part of my life since I was young. But it's one of those things where you kind of look back and go, I really felt like this was a natural interest, because I just remember when I was younger, not only myself, but even my family, my cousins, my immediate family, my sister, we kind of gravitate towards, when we have free time, just getting into something creative. I remember we used to make our own board games or build structures out of toothpicks, just creative things like that. And I have drawings dating all the way back to when I was young.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was something, it's not necessarily, I would never say it was easy, but it was something that, for whatever reason, could never leave my life. And drawing and not just drawing, but art itself, creativity, I kind of started to understand later in life that was something that was always there for me personally. So when I was going through something, need to express something out, I felt like that was, what I would lean back on and kind of find myself in.
So you have the two different businesses, two different locations.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about those two sites and what you can expect if you come there.
Yeah, sure. So my store is called Blooms Emporium. I opened the first location in Ponce City Market in 2023. I started there as a maker, renting a maker spot within Citizen Supply, which is Ponce's area for local artists, local businesses, and they rent out individual booths. So I started there in 2023 and eventually moved into my own space this year, in March of this year. And then 3 months after that, had the opportunity to open a second location in Chinatown. So Blooms Emporium is, I would consider it a container for what I'm trying to express in the world, mainly through the paintings, but kind of under that umbrella of the paintings, it's clothing, I also teach art classes.
I thought I saw that on your website.
Yeah, we teach art classes, and then I also, what we just started in Chinatown is inviting other instructors in to provide different courses of stuff that you would want to learn, including dance. We got a Sunny Angels workshop. It's really popular now. A polymer clay class, and a live figure drawing course, in addition to my Asian art course. So what you can expect when you come there is really, one, you can see some of the original paintings displayed. You can get prints of the original paintings. You can see some of the art that we've made, as well as, experience an art class if you want to dig a little deeper into the art.
So on the screen right now, the dragons, fish, this is all your artwork.
Yes. So these are my paintings, yes.
So can you, like, if you go there, can you purchase that painting, or can you purchase, like, I don't want to say the wrong word, but like a poster or?
Yes, you can purchase the painting, and I really hope that someone does.
Okay.
That's always a huge boost for the business, and selling an original painting is, it's like you thank God for it. It's like, wow, it really means a lot. But we do sell prints of all of these paintings in a smaller size, just so not everyone can afford a $4,000 painting today. So we try to really make the paintings accessible. If you really like the design, I've got small prints that you can take home as well. Mm-hmm.
So does this even correlate? Have you ever done like a mural on a wall?
Yes.
Like this?
I also am a muralist. My most recent big murals this year were the two in Atlanta Chinatown's entranceway. We redid that entranceway to reflect, because they had poster basically slots there. So we took those down, and I painted a dragon and phoenix in that entranceway to match what was already decorating the space, which was a dragon and phoenix motif. And then I also did the bathrooms in the main wall at the new Northern China Eatery location on the Beltline.
Okay.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
Yep. I wish I had pictures for you to show those, but it's the entire bathrooms, all walls of every bathroom, and then the main wall in the restaurant itself.
You see, we're looking at a thing right here with you out there painting.
Yep. This is the one at Chinatown. Working on the dragon there.
I've always wished I could do, like, I can't paint. Architect, that was one thing, because you're straight lines pretty much, but painting and drawing and stuff was definitely not my cup of tea.
Well, you come to class.
Yeah. See if I can learn something.
Yes.
Because I love the design. I love, like, spatial design and laying out an office or a home or stuff, but I never quite had this free-flowing talent like you have right here. I think it's very cool. So where'd you go to school? Where'd you learn this from? Other than it's your inherent talent, of course, but.
I would say the talent and the interest was really beginning to be developed in college. I went to the University of Georgia, and I was studying business my first year, but really didn't have a reason to be doing. I just felt like it's kind of, I guess I would just study business.
It's like a general degree almost.
Yeah. But then it was actually my mom suggested, they got a graphic design program there that's pretty, had a pretty good reputation, and I decided I was going to apply for the graphic design program, which was within the fine arts program. So through that experience, that's when I started, because your electives you can choose to take, painting or printmaking. And that was kind of my intro into fine arts within a studio setting. So I really took to that and just really went to town over there, taking printmaking classes, photo classes, and I really took advantage of that time. I really loved it.
So it looks like you have the stores in both places.
Mm-hmm.
You have the classes. So you're teaching Chinese art, and you have the other artists coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you promote yourself? Social media, blog posts? What's the different mechanisms they can find you?
Yeah, so I do a lot of my promotion on Instagram. If you want to dig a little deeper, because I feel like I have different levels that I like to put out there. Instagram is, to let people know what's going on. obviously to share the artwork, share what events I'm working on. I've kept a blog since I was about probably 15, 16 years
Wow.
old. Yeah.
Early blogger.
Yes. I feel like with the internet, I don't know. I always want to try to be more, dig a little deeper and thinking, if we're all going to be on here and really consuming and spending a lot of time on these platforms, I just always felt like, why can't we also talk about very real things and personal things? So if you are interested, you can go on the blog and just go all the way. I write about my journey through faith, journey through dealing with things like family and feelings of figuring out your self-identity and purpose. That's really a journey I feel like I'm really still on and trying to daily discover.
That's pretty cool. Trying to because you're pretty young. I mean, you're very young, especially compared to me. And, that's important to know where you are, where you want to go. You already know the art's your thing. So you have the passion for that. You already have a business. But to be really dealing with learning the whole you, I think is very commendable and very cool.
Well, I just felt like in a way, an emptiness too. Because you go out and you do these arts and you're building your external life, who you are to the public and the things that you do. But I guess my whole life I've always felt like even no matter what you do achieve, there's always the question of one, why, and two, who are you, even beyond those things. And I just never felt like any experience. It's like different. Like I felt like no external experience could address the deeper yearnings in life and wanting to know why we're here.
So I believe I was reading before coming in for the show that you also you can get like tattoos from your shop.
Yes, not from my shop because it is not a tattoo shop, but I am a tattoo artist. Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So did you design the tattoos, and of course you had somebody else put them on you? But
yes. Well, I did my legs. These are practice canvases on my
wow.
legs.
I guess you could do your legs.
Yeah, because you need both hands. So this is just practicing and seeing what I could do. But the ones on my arms, I did the very early ones when I was 18, designed those and had someone put them on there. But the rest, I just have had artists that I really have just really admired and have been wanting to get tattooed by them. So that's some of the rest of them.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So we were talking about Taste of Chambly. I know this will air after Taste of Chambly. But we're welcome to you come by and see the mobile podcast studio.
Mm-hmm.
Excited to have you see that, and excited you to see Taste of Chambly because it's a great event, and again downtown with the murals. So we need to get you to do a mural we've done murals in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
So need to get you connected to a mural in Chambly. We had our first muralist we worked with was an international muralist called El Cid. And he was his studio was in Dubai. His home is in Tanzania. It has an olive farm, makes olive oil, but his olive oil is made in artwork, in bottles. This is El Cid, and that's he did the mural behind Gus's Chicken that you see from City Hall. And he always does a mural, and he picks, you can't see it the way it's presented there, but he always has a script from a book. And then he did this one here in Clarkston. So we're looking at trying to have him come back in sometime. But, it'd be cool to get you to do a mural somewhere in Chambly as well, because I know they did, we had Babe Walls on the show earlier this year where they had, 25 or 30 women doing murals.
Oh, wow.
In Chambly and on the trails and things like that.
This down on that walking trail.
And we actually interviewed the director of Babe Walls she was in Denver. So there's a lot of these murals, and there's some just awesome trails.
Mm.
So it'd be interesting to get you to do a mural in town, but it's really cool that you've got the ones in Chinatown, which is very fitting.
Yeah.
So how do you think art affects culture?
Wow. Art, I think it's so powerful. I think it is the great bypass to directly to the heart, in a sense,
Mm.
because really art in its essence about communication. And when you can articulate creatively through an artwork, you're basically opening up something for the viewer to, it's like reflecting what the viewer sees back to them. So it's so different than something like words or even something like direct messaging through wording or something like that. Is just, I feel like it can almost skip all that and go directly to the heart. And I feel like art is one of those things where it's funny, and in society it's almost like not even seen as something quote unquote real, but from my perspective it's what drives a lot of things and brings the beauty into our life, which from our point of view is impractical, but actually completely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's great to see like resources being put into the arts, because it's so normal for people to just kind of put that as the least priority. But when you think about whenever you experience something, the first thing that you're gonna experience with that thing is what you see. Before you hear,
That's true.
smell is what you see. So how can art be not the most important thing, if not one of?
Well, I mean, I think it's become one of the major draws for a city. You know, the creative economy is becoming the hot button for pretty much everything. And of course, creative is part of art. I mean, because you got to be creative to be into art, whether you're a painter or whether you're a draw or dance or whatever. I mean, I used to play in an orchestra until I got a college scholarship and turned it down. I was so burnt out on music. But that was my art, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just adds a quality of life to a city.
Yes.
So it's a quality of life for the citizens living there. It gives an ability to attract tourists, visitors, because of that quality of life that the locals are experiencing, to the art festivals that we put on that can bring people to town.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're very excited about the art. Now there's a new arts council that's going to be started shortly. So that's going to be a big boost for the arts in DeKalb. So what do you think is your future? Where do you want to go? Your next business, or you figure out yourself. So I know that's one of your first goals, it sounds like. But let's take it in kind of the career path. Do you have an idea where you want to go next?
I've been thinking about this question a lot right now in my life as well. I really think, as far as the specifics, I'm not terribly sure. But I'm kind of thinking about it in terms of what experience do I want to have in life, and what do I want to spend my time doing. So really my mission now is to really try to think of a lifestyle that affords me to have time to create and to make a living. And I really feel like if I can really get there, which I am there in many aspects, but it's really about the time and being able to, in a way, buy back your time in life so that you can spend that time investing into what your passion is. And I'm having a whole paradigm shift about things like money and making a living, because so often we're always just thinking about, I got to make money, and keep going and get more and more. But I feel like that's completely shattering for me. And I'm really more thinking about what do I actually just need to live? and the rest is actually about the time. Because if you acquire all this, but you don't got any time, I found myself in that position where I got all this stuff, but now I got to take care of it.
Yeah.
And you buy all these things or get this big place, but now you got to fill it, and now you got all this stuff. But I just looked at it all and just started thinking, well, what do I really need? And yeah, is this just, yeah. But to answer the question simply, I'm really actually looking forward to simplifying life. I'm trying to find the essence of what it means to live outside of, what they just tell you need.
Do you have a particular book you like to reference to lead you on this journey?
There was a book I found. Me and my friend went to New York, and we went to a thrift store, and there was just this book sitting. It was like $1, but the book is called "Getting to Where You Are," and it's about meditation. And one of the first concepts was about that is the idea of filling your life with so much stuff, like you can't even find it. It's like is obscure.
Yeah, so it's not showing up here anywhere.
Very obscure. I felt like it was almost like maybe the universe put it there. I just needed to read that one thing about acquiring, and it just flipped this thing where it's like, we are all set, especially if you are really in this society, a consumer society. Everything is telling you, if you really think about what we look at all day and what's surrounding us, everything is just telling you, buy this, get this, become this, and you will be happy. But then I found myself really unhappy. And that little section in that book talking about, sometimes when you get more, you have to work more to maintain it. What do you really need? And that started to change my thinking.
Well, it seems like your age group is more into that in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're diving deeper into it to really have the understanding. But like in my age, because I'm at the start of the boomers, and definitely with my parents' age, it was buy. It was like trinkets. Fill up your house with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know right now we're trying to, minimalize? Minimalistic. To where, we keep stuff, not throwing the whole house away, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't need a ton of stuff sitting around. Because like you said, then you're having to take care of it, you're having to clean it, you're having to move it, you're this or that. And then you get done, you're thinking, how much money did we spend on this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. Trying to figure out what makes you happy, what do you want to do. I know millennials and all are more into the experience and not the buying.
Mm.
So it definitely seems like you're totally on the right track. You're just taking it in a much more philosophical realm than just kind of general life. So I think that's neat.
Trying to find the truth in it. What really does last, and
So you're on in philosophy.
yes, because I was very religious. I converted to the Christian faith when I was 15, but at around 26, I don't know how else to say it other than I just wanted to not walk away from God per se, but I wanted to see what was outside of religion. And, kind of asking myself, all these things I've experienced in religion, this life I've built within a religious context, what of this is man-made? And what of this is really true? So I kind of burned it to the ground in a sense in my life as far as my faith, just going, well, if God's really real, I really want to find out who that is for real.
So you're on that journey right now.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Yes. Because, I don't know, through that process, I felt like you could figure it out on your own. You don't need faith but I know personally I feel actually that's wrong for me. I felt like eventually you kind of come to the end of yourself and you're like, okay, I do need help. And I need something to feel secure about in this life.
It's great you're on that journey.
I know.
You come to almost like a circle, but you're trying to find that conclusion to the circle per se.
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with your shop or with your art?
Chinatown markets. So, part of my partnership with Chinatown, the simplest way to put it is I came into Chinatown because, Chinatown was founded in 1988. A lot of people in my generation, especially Chinese, if you grew up in Atlanta, you got memories of going to Chinatown when you
Okay.
were a kid. And before COVID, I mean, it was a poppin' place. It was somewhere where all the families would go. You would go to Chinese school on the weekends. And just over time through COVID, I'm not exactly sure, but it just kind of went into a lull. And for whatever reason, I just felt in the recent times that there was an opportunity to do something new there and to say, you know what, this use community organizing, this use creativity and arts as the spear to break open Atlanta Chinatown again. And because when you ask a person today in Atlanta, have you been to Chinatown? Most of the people say, I didn't even know Atlanta had a Chinatown. I've heard that phrase verbatim so many times.
And it's the only one in the southeast.
Yes.
That's what's so cool about this place.
Yes, and it's a gem.
Yes.
It's a total gem. The place has got a courtyard in the middle. The Chinese food, they've been cooking this food since I was a young boy. And it's amazing. It's Chinese food. What y'all want? They got the gift shop. Now we got the art gallery there. So I don't know. It's been such a difficult process. I mean, I'm not even going to lie. The putting together the events has been so challenging for me and just taught me so much about community organizing and working with a landlord and, even my own limits and challenges in being a community organizer. But I just really feel like there's an opportunity there and to bring back a light to the place. And
Do you work with Chinese New Year's event?
I don't know.
Because I think that's a huge event. Was it in February?
February.
We need a gate.
A gate?
D.C., New York, everywhere has a Chinese gate.
That's true.
So we need a Chinatown gate.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get a gate made. Who can do it?
Because, Mayor Brian Mock, he's on my board of directors. We've talked many times about wanting to enhance Chinatown. Because, again, it is the only one in the southeast. Next closest one is D.C. I think there's an historical location, but not actually there in Houston. So you're in the spot.
Wow. Yes, I think there's a lot of potential. So much potential there.
Are you part of NACA? National
What's that?
Association of Chinese Americans.
Mm-mm.
So NACA is an organization that they do a Chinese New Year's event January, February, around the date, but not actually on the date always. And it has hundreds of people and a lot of political leaders in Atlanta and all. And they have been doing it in Chamblee, but now they have a bigger place in Duluth. But NACA is a good organization to be a part of as well.
Okay. NACA.
So how can people find you? If they're interested in finding you online or on social media, how do they find you?
Sure. Definitely, if you're on Instagram, follow me at Instagram at andrew.blooms, and the shop is blooms.emporium. All my artwork can be found on andrewblooms.com. And definitely come visit us in person at Blooms Emporium. Ponce, we're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I'm in Chinatown Wednesday through Sundays, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And definitely come take an art class. I teach it in both shop locations as well as one a month at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, that's a really special one because you can, with your ticket, you get access to the gardens. And if the flowers are in bloom, we'll go look at them and do a little study and then understand how that translates into a Chinese painting. So I always encourage people to go to that one if they can.
Very cool. Well, Andrew, we appreciate you being on our show. Um, Looking forward. I know again this won't air then, but looking forward to seeing you at Taste of Chamblee this
Yes.
coming weekend. So appreciate you being here.
Yes. Thank you.